What we all refer to as the chest is mostly made up of the pectoralis major, which is a large exterior muscle that covers up the front part of our top 6 ribs and connects from our sternum, our collarbone, our ribs, and our external obliques across over to our upper arm, and it sits on top of the smaller pectoralis minor. The pectoralis major also has 2 heads, dividing it into an upper and lower portion. Now on top of that, the muscle fibers don't all run in the same direction. Some of them run more at an upward angle, which is commonly referred to as the upper chest. Others run straight across, or the mid-chest, and finally, some run at a lower angle, or the lower chest. And today, I want to give you guys the 9 best exercises that you can perform to target this lower portion of your chest to help create that attractive lower chest outline. And the first exercise that you'll hear most people recommend for your lower chest is the decline bench press. But even though this is a great exercise to mix into your workouts to focus specifically on those lower fibers, when compared to the flat bench press, on the decline press, you will most likely have a shorter range of motion. You'll take tension away from the upper portion of your chest, and you'll shift some of that tension over to your triceps and your lats. On top of that, since you now know that the middle and the lower part of your chest is actually part of the same muscle head, it may come as no surprise that one of the best exercises to target the lower chest is the flat bench press. The flat bench press is such a great exercise that some studies show that it's all you need to build a bigger chest, and simply working on increasing the weight that you lift on the bench press over time is enough to build up your entire chest, including that lower portion. To set up the flat bench press, you'll lay down on a bench with your eyes directly under the bar. Before beginning, you'll want to retract your shoulder blades back and pack them nice and tight together. You can grab the barbell at a closer or wider grip, but a good place to start is about thumb's distance from where the knurling starts. From there, you'll lift the barbell, bring it over your chest, and lower down, aiming for your nipple line while keeping your elbows somewhere between a 45 and 75 degree angle from your body, making sure not to flare the elbows too far out. Also, make sure your feet are planted into the ground and that you're driving through your legs as you press, since this will allow you to lift more weight. Another thing you'll want to do is maintain an arc in your back. Just make sure that your hips don't rise up off the bench, as this can lead to a lower back injury. After lowering the barbell, press back up and repeat for reps. I recommend saving the decline bench press as a secondary exercise if you want to incorporate it later on in your workout after performing the regular flat bench press. With this one, you would follow very similar cues, except obviously your feet would be up off the floor, and you would now also be aiming a little lower under your nipple line when bringing the barbell down. For the next lower chest exercise, we have an isolation movement, the pec deck fly. Now, normally I prefer doing dumbbells and barbells over machines, but by using the pec deck fly, you're able to really isolate your chest in a unique way. Unlike regular flies with dumbbells, your biceps and forearms won't be involved as much in the movement, since your arms will be bent and you'll be able to apply pressure directly through your elbows. This may be why a study sponsored by the American Council on Exercise showed that chest activation on the pec deck fly machine was very close to the flat bench press itself. To perform the exercise, you'll first want to adjust the seat to the right height so that your upper arms are about parallel with the floor when you grab the handles. Then sit straight up with your shoulder blades pulled back together and arc your back to help target more of those lower chest muscle fibers. Then you're simply going to bring both arms inward towards the center line of your body and then bring them back out until you feel a nice stretch in your chest. From there, you would just repeat for reps. Another excellent compound exercise that'll help you target your lower chest is the dip. You want to do these on parallel bars. Start by hopping up and locking your elbows out, then lower yourself down while purposely leaning forward to help target the chest better. You can lower down until your upper arm is parallel with the ground or a little lower than that, but don't go too low, as this can be dangerous for your shoulders. From there, you would just press back up while imagining that you're squeezing the parallel bars together for maximum chest activation, and then repeat for reps. By getting stronger at this exercise and strapping more and more weight to yourself over time, it'll help you improve your tricep and bench press strength, as well as accelerating your progress towards the development of nicer lower pecs. Up next, we're going to move on to a cable exercise, the bent forward high cable crossover. For this one, you'll start by attaching the D-handle cable attachments and setting both pulleys up high above your shoulders. Take a step forward with both handles in your hands, and you can either have both your feet shoulder width apart, side by side, or I like to have one foot in front of the other for better balance. Lean slightly forward and then bring both cables down and together towards the midline of your body while maintaining a slight bend in your elbows. The cables should meet under your chest, and you can go back to the starting position after they meet, or you can alternate crossing one cable over the other on each rep for an even more intense contraction. Then repeat for reps. Just remember to not go back further than about even with your chest on each rep to keep your shoulders healthy. Another great exercise you can do with the cables to hit the lower part of your chest is the decline cable chest press. Whenever you perform chest presses with cables, you'll definitely feel a different type of tension on your chest than what you normally feel when using dumbbells or the barbell. This is because the angle of the resistance is a little wider, so it'll almost feel as if you're doing a fly combined with a press. Even when you straighten out your arms and lift the cables all the way up, you'll still feel your chest working just to hold those cables close together. When setting this one up, you want to position the pulleys down low on the cable cross, and you also want to remember the cues for the bench press that we discussed earlier, including packing your shoulder blades nice and tight together and aiming to bring the cables slightly under your nipple line during each rep. When in position, you'll press the cables up and together over the line of the lower part of your sternum where your upper abs begin. You can also squeeze at the top of every rep to get a better contraction for your chest. Now, let's move on to two great exercises that you can do with dumbbells, starting first with regular dumbbell presses. These can be done at a flat or decline angle to help target the lower chest. However, with the decline angle, you'll most likely need a partner to help you get the weights up onto your lap, and you may not be able to lift as much weight as you can with the flat dumbbell press since you won't be able to drive with your legs. With the flat dumbbell press, you can start by lifting both dumbbells up over your knees, sitting down, and then laying back while bringing the dumbbells over your chest. Again, keep your shoulder blades back together against the bench, maintain an arc in your back, and keep your hips from rising off the bench when you drive with your legs. Also, keep that 45 to 75 degree angle for your elbows as you lower the weight and press back up over your nipple line. The second great dumbbell exercise is, of course, the dumbbell fly. And for this one, we're going to perform it on a decline angle. A lot of people avoid dumbbell flies because they're afraid of injuring their shoulder. But if dumbbell flies don't bother your shoulders, it really shouldn't be a problem as long as you're not lowering the dumbbells too far down. Again, when you lower the dumbbells, you don't want to lower them any further down than about parallel with your chest before returning back up. If you really want to be safe, another alternative is to perform them on the floor. Here the floor will act almost as a spotter, preventing your elbows from coming down too low. Whether you do these on a decline or on the floor, just like with the cable cross, you want to keep a slight bend in your elbows when you lower the dumbbells down and outward to your sides. Do not lock your elbows out, as this will take the pressure off of your chest and put a lot of unwanted tension on the elbow joint itself. Finally, the last exercise for today that you can do anywhere is the incline push-up. But with regular incline push-ups, it's going to be hard for a lot of you to get enough of a challenge with just your body weight alone, and it's pretty hard to add weight to this exercise unless you have a weighted vest. So my recommendation is to either perform it on a TRX suspension trainer to make it more challenging, or save this one for burnouts at the very end of your workout. You can also superset it by performing another weighted chest exercise immediately beforehand, and then without taking a break, you can go for as many reps as possible before hitting failure. But the setup on this one is pretty straightforward. You would start by getting into a push-up position with your upper body elevated higher than your lower body. So to do that, you can place your hands on a bench or a platform, and if you're using a TRX, just lower the TRX strap to about knee level or a little lower before beginning. Then you'll get into a push-up position, making sure to keep your tailbone, your heels, and the back of your head in a relatively straight line. Don't allow your hips to drop down, and don't raise them up too high into a downward dog position. From there, simply lower yourself down without flaring your elbows out, then press back up and repeat for reps. So those are the 9 exercises you can use to help develop your lower chest outline. To set this up as a workout, I definitely recommend starting with either flat bench press or flat dumbbell press first, since you'll be fresh and since it's so important to get stronger at those 2 exercises to help build up your chest. Then you can move on to some of the other exercises we went over today. During that one workout, you can select 4 or 5 of those other exercises and save the rest for your second chest workout during the week. Performing 2 chest workouts per week instead of just 1 is another thing that I recommend because it's been shown in studies to help really accelerate progress. That's about it, guys. I really hope this video has helped you out. If it has, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon. Also, if you're looking for a very simplified approach for building up your chest as well as other muscles in your body like your back, biceps, shoulders, and legs, and you want to skip all the trial and error, just visit my website where we have challenges designed to help you achieve your body transformation goals, whether that's building up muscle or burning fat. And burning fat is also very important to get that nice lower chest outline, since excess chest fat will hide the gains that you get from working so hard at the gym. With our programs, you'll get a customizable meal plan that'll change as your metabolism adapts and changes throughout the weeks. You'll also get a full workout plan with a full video exercise library so you're never left confused, and an accountability coach will be there to guide you through the entire process, as well as much, much more. To find out more, you can click the link below in the description, or you could visit my website directly at gravitytransformation.com. I'll see you guys soon. Pump it.